Oh, wrong shot. Good morning, everybody. East, west, north, south, worldwide. What's up, fellas? And welcome to Locked On Sports 216 with me, Keith Allen, along with me, my partner in crime for a very long time, since back in the days, the twin values when we was making them dimes. Sean C. Wait a minute, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And my man from Columbus, Ed from
Guys,
Columbus. What's up? Sean, I can't hear you, big dog.
what's
Still can't hear
can
you.
you hear me, my guy?
I can hear you, Ed.
Check, check.
I can hear you now. You all
Okay.
good now, Sean. And you
Okay.
all good, Ed. I can hear both of y'all now.
Hey, fellows. Sorry about that.
What's going on? Sean C. Meet Ed from Columbus. It's We Like Sports Show.
What up, Ed?
I was about to say Mad
What?
Mondays. We Like Sports Show, Locked On Sports, collaboration
Mad
of the
Mondays over here.
minds. What's going on, fellas?
Oh, man. It's a holiday, man. It's a holiday.
Yes, sir.
I see you guys are dressed appropriately. I will be switching over in a couple hours. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You already know. I be against the gun and everything. So, because in between getting my mom breakfast and all that and stuff, and had to change my gear and everything. And I did some preparations for y'all. That y'all
we appreciate that.
Definitely. In this 45 minutes. Go ahead, Sean.
I was going to ask real quick, Ed, hey, what's the temperature down there in Columbus, man? What they feeling down there?
Oh, it's going to be about 79 degrees today, so it'll be nice. Cleveland's obviously a lot cool, not a lot cooler, but a couple degrees cooler, so should be good on the lakefront for the Bengals and the Browns. Feeling good in Columbus. Columbus is a Browns town. I don't care what they say.
Yes.
I know that Cincinnati's a little closer, but we love the Browns. I know. Hey, Keith, don't worry. This is opening week, so anything that we got to get out of the, when it comes to any technical difficulties, we'll get them hammered out. I'm sure there's going to be some fun in the NFL with the referees this week as well, so we'll see how that goes.
Say
yeah.
that. I love
Definitely.
Ed already. He knows what it is.
Definitely. Hey, let me ask you something real quick. Just jumping off the subject, Ed. How are people feeling down in Columbus now about Ohio State? Since they did.
Well, we're a little scared of because we got Notre Dame coming up in 2 weeks. I think the consensus is Kyle McCord is better than Devin Brown. A lot of people down here, and I'm a Buckeye alumni of Ohio State. We wish Ryan Day would just stick with Kyle McCord because, he's taking away snaps and we got to go to South Bend. And I think Kyle McCord to Marvin Harrison Jr., especially yesterday, shows to be a lethal combination. Stick with that. In Cleveland, we rode with 6 with Baker Mayfield. In Columbus, we need to ride with 6 Kyle McCord. I know I got PTSD saying that, but I think that's the guy we need to roll with.
I'm going to be honest. McCord looked good, even though I didn't watch too much of the game yesterday. I was watching Colorado and Nebraska.
Ooh, yeah, who wasn't?
I was watching Colorado and Nebraska. Shador was tearing it up.
Man, they're going to have to shore up their defense, but, man, Colorado as a whole, they're a fast team, and they have that will. You can tell they're buying in. They're buying in. That's big.
Yes, sir. But before we get into what we here for, real quick, I'm going to give you a couple of disclaimers. First off, subscribe to the new Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel, which is scrolling at the bottom. You'll get mad content from this show, Locked On Sports 216. Mad Mondays tomorrow with Tyrone Pimp. And also, the Triad Committee, the most off-the-hook show on the earth. The Triad Committee. Also, number 2, as I scroll up here and up and down. Number two. The chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at us. Give us your opinions on what we think about the AFC North. If you just want to holler at us and say hi, do that as well. Also, I had another one, number 3, but...
Pittsburgh fans, boo you. I'm starting it off. Boo you.
I got a special
Bengals
treat
fans,
for next Monday.
You.
Yes. Like my boy said on the Planet of the Apes, screw them all.
Facts.
Come on.
Facts.
If you're a Pittsburgh fan, if you're a Bengals fan,
Whoa. Bringing
if
out
you're
the
a
hand
Ravens
gestures.
fan,
Yes.
all three of y'all.
Next time
And
I'm
if
gonna make a sign.
Definitely. But real quick, well, let's go into the subject matter. The Cleveland Browns opened the season this year where, quite frankly, a lot of the national pundits, it's a few that's realistic, but a lot of national pundits ain't giving the Browns a damn shot or chance at all.
Nope.
So, Sean,
We're
what
used
you
to
think?
I think that I love being in this position. I love that we're kind of the underdogs. Well, not underdogs, but we're kind of going under the radar. Nobody's giving us the love, though our roster has been greatly improved. We filled all our holes. They still won't give us any love just because we're the Cleveland Browns. So right now, I love being in that position, and I think that we can capitalize. We're going to sneak up on a lot of teams until, hopefully like week 18, they, when we're 13 and 4, and they say, oh man, we slept on the Cleveland Browns. So I think like we're in a great position just going, let them do that. We're used to that. But we're a different team, and it's a different attitude and a different atmosphere, and I look forward to it. Go Browns.
Ed?
Well, the last couple of years, the Cleveland Browns, and I believe this year as well, are paper champs, which is a good thing. I'm not saying that's not a bad thing. Andrew Berry has done his thing, has made this roster every single year. We have high expectations. We had the Odell years. We had the Baker when he first came in. And there's nothing wrong with being paper champs because that's what a general manager is supposed to do. It's up to the coaching staff to make sure the paper champs become legitimate champs. And now I believe with Deshaun Watson coming back after the 6 games of rust that he got off last year, because I believe Deshaun Watson, he's the key this year. The defense has been revamped. We got Zadarius Smith on the other side. Myles Garrett has another running mate this year to get him his 15 to 20 sacks. I believe Myles Garrett will be Defensive Player of the Year because of Zadarius Smith helping him. I believe that the Browns' special teams has gotten better since Cade York is gone. Thank you, bye, Cade York. I believe the Browns' running game is just as good as it's always been. The offensive line is just as good as it's always been. You bring in Elijah Moore, a cat that can do it all, be that versatile kind of player that the Browns have been missing, and then you look at Deshaun Watson, and it all comes down to Deshaun Watson. If Deshaun Watson can be 80% of what he was in Houston, the Cleveland Browns will be very, very successful this year. I expect them to be. And I think that this year, I looked at even what Mary Kay Cabot has them as, and she has them as 11-6. I won't spoil anything, but she must have got into my brain because I see very similar results as well. So, yes, let everybody sleep on the Cleveland Browns because this year, I believe it will be the first year since 1989 that the Cleveland Browns win the division. And then you win the division, you get a home playoff game, and then it's on from there, fellas.
Yes, I love it. Let's go.
That's my guy. That's my guy. Me, myself, they've been sleeping on us all year. They ain't gave the Browns a chance really since last March. Since March of 2022, when we acquired Deshaun Watson, where people just totally disregarded us and everything, where from the contract to all the other crap and stuff like that. And now, if you look at his contract now, it's a Family Dollar discount bargain now. In just a year. In just a year. And I also think, just people have just auctioned this off like we're just like the outcasts, the miscast of the division for real. And of the league.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Keith, that's okay. Hey, how many records did Outcast sell? Let's go up to 3,000 on them. Let's do that. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. We be Outcast.
Diamond artist. That's what's up.
Yes.
I got an Outcast song. I'm sorry, Lamar Jackson, but the Browns stays for real.
So
yes.
So the Browns are going to turn a lot of heads, and I'm going to say this to all those people that said they wasn't going to mess. I might have to cuss. I got to do a voodoo. That they say they weren't going. That they say they weren't going to fuck with the Browns no more, or nothing like that. Check this out. When the Browns are making noise this year, stay your punk asses back in the corner where you was at. All you bandwagoners, stay
Right,
where you at.
bandwagon full.
We just need solids only. We just need solids only for real.
Day one. We need day ones.
Yes.
Day ones.
Yes, sir. Day one, solids. We don't need no bandwagoners, no shapeshifters, and all that. Also, I knew they could do it all along. Forget that. Stay your ass back. As far as I'm concerned, just stay your ass back. Because we don't want you bandwagoners. You can't get a ride. You either in or you out. You either on the bus with us or you on the freeway waiting on the curb somewhere.
And none of that ludicrous shit. You can't just lean back. You got to get back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I got a thing that really should get the Browns ready to play because I got something for y'all. Because you had something for Mr. Jamar Chase. He had a few words to say.
This guy's ridiculous.
He had a few words to say, and I'm about to play it real quick.
This guy's ridiculous.
Very.
It feels like a regular game to me. It don't feel no different. It's just the hooping and hollering about the Cleveland Browns.
Hold on.
I was about to call them the Elves, but if you ask me, I don't really pay attention to it because Cleveland is Cleveland.
Hold on.
It's funny.
Hold up. We're going to run it back. Because now I got the right angle right and everything. We're going to run it back. And hopefully, I hope every Browns player watched this. And truthfully, you know what? I wish they could go back to the old school ways of hitting when Tom Darden knocked Pat McInally out. I would love to see somebody knock this dude out in the middle of the elf.
Yeah, we need some Ronnie Lawton out there.
It don't feel no different. It's just the hooping and hollering about the Cleveland Browns. I was about to call them the Elves, but if you ask me, I don't really pay attention to it because Cleveland is Cleveland.
Do you think the elf logo is silly?
It's funny. It's just different, I guess.
So we funny, huh? Funny how?
Exactly. Right.
Funny ha. So we make you laugh? Okay. Okay.
So now all of a sudden it's just a joke now, huh?
You know, I always find it funny when these athletes or whatever, it's like, Jamar, don't you have other things to worry about? Like, I don't know, getting back to like the Super Bowl or stuff like that, but you're worried about our Alf. That's a good thing, I think, for the Cleveland Browns. If we got him thinking about logos instead of doing what he needs to do on the field, that means we're winning already. And to you guys' point, I don't think there's anybody on the Cleveland Browns that will especially on the defensive side, that, if they get an extra shot or they can jack, go into them with a nice forceful tackle, that they're not going to take that opportunity to do so. So, and not only that too, look, the elf is one thing. Look, the Oakland Athletics have that elephant. There's weird, quirky things in sports or whatever like that. But I think a lot of the Cleveland Browns players, especially Kevin Stefanski, they embrace the elf. And you know what? That's our logo. You know what? When you get drafted by the Browns or you sign with the Browns, that's what it is. What it is,
yes,
and you defend it. It's an honor. Look, I'm an Ohio State fan. There's things about Ohio State that I think are kind of quirky and whatever. But you know what? If anybody else in the Big Ten or another college team says anything, hey, brother, we go into the parking lot right now. We go in the parking lot.
Major problems, major.
Like Dion said. Like Dion said, it's personal.
Yes, sir.
It's personal.
And you know what?
Shadur's flipped it on him, was like, when he took the helmet off, he was like, yo, why you take the helmet off? He was like, Dad, it's personal.
Dad, it's personal. Forget this and everything. And truthfully, if they take a 15 on laying this dude out, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have to. It's going to be a lot of him. If he catches the ball, he'll be driven into the ground many times.
Yes.
Believe
yes,
that.
Sir.
Believe that.
Yes,
He'll get the extra. He'll get the extra grass in his helmet.
Yeah.
Right. But I do want to say one thing real quick. I want to say, since my dude is in the money and probably won't nobody hardly say nothing about this after this week, congrats to this guy. He got the bag this time.
Oh yeah,
Joe Burrow, highest paid. And he deserved it. He deserved it. Because he took that franchise from shit to sugar. For real.
2 Super Bowl appearances. I mean, you can't, we don't have to root for it, but hey, we got to respect it.
Hey,
Exactly.
Joe Burrow got paid out. He going to get laid out today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, they
Yes,
had to
sir.
pay him though, right? Because do you think he would have held out for this game if he didn't get his money?
He doesn't seem like the kind of guy. I think they've been working on this for a long time. And honestly, I think it was probably done. And they actually chose the announcement date when they announced it. Like, oh, it's before the season. I think this calf injury may have changed a little bit of it. But I think they were always going to announce it before the season. I think this sucker was probably done. Most of it was done months ago, probably.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, but it's just that little mystery of the calf injury. Be like, hey man, I don't think I can go until I get this.
Right.
I don't think I can make it.
Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, we've all called him sick.
Hey, check out. They took a page out of they learned one of Baltimore's lessons last year. We better take care of this guy. Hey.
Yeah, I agree with that.
This guy together.
They definitely had it in the works for it to go through that quickly. And I think that was in the back of their minds. Like, hey, if we don't really get this on paper, he might go ahead and be injured.
My calf really hurts. Oh.
Yeah, it's flared up.
Man, it's flared up. I can't even walk.
Don't want to risk it.
Hey, and also, you seen what's going on with the Chiefs. Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, can we put together enough to get him over here? Just had a super line, like the Avengers of defensive lines.
that fearsome foursome of the Rams fearsome foursome of the late 70s. That'd be nice. I'd take that.
Man, please bring it.
Man.
Well, we have so much cap space. What is like 50 million? And a lot of people are speculating because obviously with the rollover of Deshaun Watson next year, but they're thinking maybe I've seen a lot of people speculate that maybe during the trade deadline that Andrew Berry would say, you know what, go in all this year, and that way you get that player, and then you can restructure it after the end of the season. So whoever you get, it could maybe it is a Chris Jones, maybe it is somebody like that to put us over the top and have that kind of Ravens Bears defense that 2019-85 that just because if the Browns offense is clicking and to the point where it doesn't have to be as dynamic as what we want it to be, but it's still putting up 24 points a game basically, and then you get a defense as good as like the 85 Bears or 2000 Ravens. That's Super Bowl right there.
Yes,
all day. And our running game, don't forget about Chubb. We'll be able to control the ball once we get the lead.
Yes.
And like say our defense plays well. That's the formula. We'll have it. Like
definitely
Lombardi at our house.
Yes. Yes, sir. And we'll have a parade about 4 million.
Yeah.
We'll draw about 4 or 5 million down here and everything. Because think about it, we drew 1.5 with the Cavs.
Yep.
Yeah, we might get that 5-piece actually. Like the whole city might have to shut down.
Yes, sir.
You get half the state of Ohio's got about 10 million, and you get 5 million. You got half the state in there.
Oh well, we got Browns backers all over. Like you'll be shocked. Like just go to any city, it's a Browns. Browns and Steelers for some reason.
Right, they're in Germany. They're all over the world too. I mean, it's crazy.
Like they'll descend on the lake.
Yes.
We'll take it.
Yes. And like I said, a lot of the fortunes rest on this guy. Even though a lot of people about to show him, this guy Deshaun Watson got a whole year now. He got training camp, everything under his belt, and it's time to play.
Yes. Let me ask you guys as fans, what's our confidence level? 1 to 10. Do you think he's back? Do you think he's still gonna show a little bit of rust? Do you think you have the confidence in him? Because I'm going in at about an 8. I think he's mentally ready. I think once he gets more reps as the season goes, he's gonna get more comfortable. And like you said earlier, Ed, all we need is him to be about 80%. We don't even need him to be Texans. If he gets to 80%, that makes us formidable.
Yes, sir. Ed, what you think?
It's elementary, Watson. I think that he's probably at, like I said, I think he's at an 8 or a 9. I think he's in the best headspace he's been in years. I think he's embraced the community of Cleveland. I think he loves his teammates. He's a leader. I mean, the cat's a leader. He like Dabo Swinney said, he is the Michael Jordan of football when he's on the field. And you know what? I was kind of worried about him up until that last preseason game in Kansas City, And then I looked at him and the plays that he was making, the pocket awareness that he has, the ability to make the play down the field and extend the plays, the stuff that we saw in Houston, he's doing now. And so, like I said, I was probably at like a 6 or a 7 before that. I'm at an 8 or a 9. I think Deshaun Watson is the least of our worries now. And when you have a franchise quarterback and you can go into a game with that expectation that he's going to play at a franchise level, you're going to win a lot of ball games. So I'm really high on Deshaun Watson, and not from just the on the field, but also off the field stuff as well. And I can't wait to see, what he does in the next couple of years to lift this franchise in the city to where it needs to be and what we deserve as fans.
Agreed.
Yes.
Love that. What about you, Big Dog?
Me, I'm at an 8. I think it's all clicking. And the thing is, like Ed said, like you said, he doesn't even have to be Houston Deshaun. For real. Because the onus ain't even on him, for real. Because you got to think about it. Just like in baseball, like when the Yankees used to win titles, they used to play a little 6-7 inning game. And then you got to the bullpen.
And then, I know.
You faced my mans and them. Mariano Rivera and company. It was over.
Yeah.
I'm
Mendoza, Stanton, Rivera.
Yes. All the Browns got to do is play that 3-quarter football game.
Keith with your Yankees.
Right.
Check me out on the We Like Sports. Check Keith out and stuff like that on the We Like Sports show. Mondays with myself.
But check out.
You always talk about them Yankees. Damn Yankees.
Hey, check out. This is my Victoral time now because, we in the same boat with the Guardians. Both of them ain't shit this year. So, for real. They both ain't shit. And if they don't fire Aaron Boone, Cashman, and Steinbrenner, y'all need y'all asses whooped. If y'all don't fire Boone this year.
Boo, you're not going to hijack the Browns show with that Yankees talk. Get out of here.
But I was also going to say this. I was just going to say this real quick because somebody was saying that the Guardians should hire Boone. I was like, y'all better not. No. But anyway.
No. Sandy Alomar Jr. is our coach.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But
our manager.
Like I said, all they fourth quarter, who getting the ball, and they still won't be able to stop it.
That's right.
And now,
Mr. 5 yards a carry.
Yes, 5 yards a wop.
And think about this: you can't even key on Chubb either, because Deshaun got Amari Cooper, DPJ, Elijah Moore. Yep. He even got Njoku.
Tillman. I think he's going to be a sleeper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So who are you going to really look for? And then Deshaun still can move his legs.
Yeah. Our play action in the second half is going to be deadly.
Yes, sir.
Especially if we have a lead. Our play action is going to be crazy. Yeah. And if they line up more out the backfield like they showed in the preseason, oh, boy. Pick your poison. Like you said, there's so many weapons out there. We're going to be tough to guard.
Yes, sir. But right now, we're going to go to a break real quick. And when we come back, we're going to give you our prognostications of the AFC North here on Locked On Sports 216. We'll be back.
Look at this guy with the S.
So unique at 24 Karat Chocolate's Boutique, where she specializes in custom, handmade, professional t-shirts and hoodies for any occasions, uniforms, puzzles, and towels, and much more. Now don't take my word for it. The work speaks for itself. Let that be the new trendsetter. Customize the way you like it, either for family reunions, gender reveals, graduations, or just a graphic tee. At 24 Karat Chocolate's Boutique. Go and check her out at 1-937-360-4386 or log on at 24ktchocolates.info.
You want combat? I'm on that real quick. Iron Dragon with my sword. Lord, I'm so slick. Mano y mano, hand-to-hand combat. I suggest you go ahead, read my stats, homie. I'm all that. Mr. Hands of Death, peep my martial skills. I embark my will until it's fulfilled. You like a mannequin on underground, laying still for real. I go home, meditate, circulate, cheese, practicing, sitting still. I yell out, get out, today's not the day. I yell out, get out, today's not the day. Don't let it ring out, spill out. Better go on your way, don't let it ring out, spill out. Better go on your way.
Yo, we're back. Locked on Sports 216 Browns pregame AFC North preview edition. Shout out to Katanda Studios with the comic books. Actually, the man right next to me, one of the sole proprietors. Also, shout out to 24KT Chocolate's Boutique that supplies us with the t-shirts. Well, actually, got two companies too, so with the t-shirts also as well and stuff. Shout out to my son's mother, Angel Fields, for the Locked on Sports t-shirts. Yes, sir. Next week on Mad Mondays, we're going to have Browns versus Steelers on Mad Mondays. I'm going to have some Steeler fans on. I'm going to have my son on there.
Let's go. Don't make me call my cousins.
It will be real on Monday. I'll tell you that. Ed, you want to come on that Monday?
You know I do. It's Steelers, it's Browns. It's
Yes,
the best
sir.
rivalry in the National Football League, and absolutely.
And it's my son's birthday, so
Happy birthday. Even though
Yeah.
he's a Steelers fan, happy birthday.
happy
We love
birthday.
you. You can't help it who your family loves.
But happy birthday, but he has to have that loss on that day. He has to have that loss. But right now, we got our prognostications of how we think the AFC North is going to look this year. Now, who wants to go first with theirs?
I'll defer. Go ahead.
All right,
Oh,
let's
okay.
see which one. Hold on, let me see which one.
I'm just curious. I know mine already.
You ready,
so
Ed?
I'm just so curious what the other two
Oh,
are.
mine is fun. I'm very homerish. No,
Well, I'ma show-
he said he wanted to defer, Keith.
I will
I'm
defer.
gonna show Ed.
I'll crank it up.
Oh, hold on.
No.
Okay. You want to do it first, Sean? Well,
Yeah, I'll go first. He wants to defer, but we got the sneak
Okay.
preview of Ed right there. We got the
Yeah,
sneak
you're right.
preview
all right.
of Ed
Now,
right there.
I put the division winners of each person's prognostication in the colors. So here's
Look at
Sean's
this guy
coming
with the
up.
graphics.
Oh wow.
Yes. I came in with it. Like say I got the, unfortunately I got the Ravens pulling it out because the beginning of their schedule is really kind of in their favor. Like the first, like when I was going through their first 8 games outside of the division games are very winnable. So I feel like they can get a little momentum. That's why they're so high, and that's why I have them at 13 wins. Like I say, I'm a homer, so I had to, put Cleveland in there ahead of the Bengals, just because I think we're going to be a lot better. And like we said earlier, I think their development is going under the radar. So I think we're going to sneak up and get a lot of teams early. Bengals, they are who they are, but I think their defense isn't as good as people are giving it. They're pumping them up. I mean, true, they have been to the Super Bowl the last couple of years, but I don't think that they've developed as much as we've developed, as much as the Baltimore Ravens have developed. Even the Steelers have made a little bit of jump. So I think that's where that's going to come in. And then the Steelers, I think they're a good team, but I think they have the 4th best quarterback in the division. And I think it'll prove not as a detriment to them, but on a competitive level, it's going to be teams that are better.
I like that.
I like that too.
Oh, thank
Good
you.
point.
Man, I try to be a professional.
Good
Thank
point.
you. I'm trying to be like you
And
guys.
I
when
will
grow
say
up.
something and add it to your, and I will say something
go ahead.
adding to your point, far as with Baltimore winning the division. In the last 2 years, before Lamar has gotten hurt in the last 2 years to end both of his seasons, the Ravens were in first place.
Yes. And like I
Key
said, I
with
made
them
some
is
notes.
Health.
Like you got to,
Yes.
they remember they picked up Odell. They picked up Zay Flowers in the draft. They drafted a lot of players, and they got David. What's his Ajabo, the big guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's coming back, so they're getting a lot of pieces back. That's like you said, and Lamar is going to be healthy with Odell and these other weapons. It's going to be. I don't want to give them the credit, but just looking at them, they're going to be.
Well, you know what, Sean, to your point, they've earned the credit, and Keith makes a good point. It's really been their health that has kind of held them back.
Yeah.
When Lamar's healthy, they've proven that they win these tough AFC North games, and that, what I'm saying. So, and they're also tough at home. They're one of those teams that it's hard to beat them at M&T Bank Stadium. So, yeah, I mean, to your point, if Lamar stays healthy, 13-4 isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Not at all.
And as a Browns fan, I don't like to hear that, but I can't go against that.
Yeah, especially it's just that the way the schedule fell too. I don't know if you guys went through it, win by win, but I was just going down. I was like, man, they can win this. Man, they can win this. Man, I got to give them an L just because.
Because the thing with the Ravens is that, I got to say this, they're the team that can get those tough wins on the road, especially when they're an underdog. Especially.
Yes, agreed.
Don't like it, but I agree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to start off like that, but I got the Browns going second place and making the playoffs, though.
That's okay. Hey,
that's okay. Now it's time for your board.
Okay. Well, as you can see, I do have the Cleveland Browns winning the division. They do have the same record as the Cincinnati Bengals, but I do believe with a win today, because I knew they play them in the last week of the season, but a win today will get them the division. I think if they lose today, they'll still be 11-6, but the Bengals. So basically it comes down to this. I think the Browns will win the division because they win today. They'll still have the same record as the Bengals. So today is very pivotal in my AFC North standings predictions. I do have the Steelers going 10-7 because I do like what Mike Tomlin does year in and year out. I think the Ravens, I got them at 9-8, but to Sean's point, if Lamar stays healthy, I could definitely see that win total being higher. I do think for some reason Lamar will get hurt for like 2 or 3 games, and that may be the difference in the win totals there. But I want to point this out because Sean, you're a very smart man. I think I'm a very smart man. If you look at all of the records of the 4 AFC North teams, what do you notice? They're all above 500.
Correct.
This is going to be a tough division, but a winning division. Some divisions are close and it's just a bunch of bad records. You look at the AFC or NFC South like a couple times, and the West a couple years ago when it was basically 500 or whatever like that won the division. But you look at these records all above 500, winning records, but close in the division standings. So today is very pivotal. The Browns have got to win today. You got to defend home when you're playing a division rival, and so this is going to be very exciting. But I think the AFC North may be the best division in all of football.
Yes,
and I can't wait for it to get started today in Cleveland.
Yes.
I actually think all of the opponents all the AFC North guys might all split this series.
That's kind of how I picked it too. We kind of beat each other up in my picks. Like everybody got one.
I think we'll beat each other up, but they'll beat everybody else up outside the division.
Well, I think this too. I think it's just like in tennis. You have to hold your serve in tennis. The Browns have to hold serve today. Playing the Bengals, it's like you have this home. The pressure is on the Browns to win. The Bengals don't have to win today. It's not going to, what I'm saying? You're not expected to go win on the road. I'm saying you're expected to win at home and then steal a couple road games. But today isn't very pivotal to them. Obviously, they want to get out to a good start. I understand that, and from the fans' sake, but it's really the pressure's on the Browns to win today. It really is.
Definitely. Sir. We have to take care of home. I agree all the way.
Yes, and you got to get off to a good start, for real. Because you don't want that pressure of being 0-1. And then you got
not only 0-1,
and then you got Pittsburgh on the horizon.
Right. You could go 0-2, and then Kevin Stefanski's on the hot seat then.
The hot seat, man. He's sitting on the sun at that point.
And then on top of that, you go 0-2, you looking at possible 0-4 because Tennessee not going to be a gimme.
No, and then the Ravens. And then the 49ers.
Coming off a bye week.
Sean, you're absolutely right when you talked about the Ravens schedule compared to the Browns. The Browns have a tough schedule. It gets a lot easier in the middle of it, but those first 5 to 6 weeks, you got to try to at least win 2 to 3 games. If you don't, you're in trouble.
You're in the hole because, like I said, the Ravens could possibly go 8-0. Like honestly, just looking at their schedule.
Think about this also. If you haven't looked at the schedule also as well, Pittsburgh can get off to a hot start. Because their beginning of the schedule is like a cupcake waltz.
Yeah, they got
Yes.
the 49. They have the 49ers today, which is a tough one. But if you're going to play the 49ers, especially with Brock Purdy coming back from his injury, this is the time to
Yes,
play
sir.
them. So you get them at a favorable time.
Yes.
And then, like I said, you get the Browns on Monday night. And so that's good for them. So they go up 2-0 against the 49ers. Pittsburgh's sitting pretty.
Yes.
True.
Now I'm going to show you my standings. Kind of similar to everybody else's.
Great minds think
I
alike.
got Cincinnati winning division at 12-5. I got the Browns finishing second at 11-6. And I got Baltimore in third at 10-7 and Pittsburgh at 9-8. And that ain't no diss against the Steelers for real. But like Sean said earlier and like Ed said earlier, Kenny Pickett is the fourth best quarterback in the division.
Yes. And that's not a bad thing. Like,
it's not a
that's
bad thing.
Yeah, when you're talking about Burrow, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, I mean, these are three really good quarterbacks.
Yes, sir.
Right. Like these guys are elite.
Yes.
Yes. Now, the reason why I got the Ravens at 10-7, I got them getting off to a good start, but I think they're going to stub their toe somewhere because sometimes the Ravens have some mind-baffling losses. Like, how the hell did they lose this game? Everything is in their favor. How the fuck? What?
Yeah.
They lose this game. And the Browns, I got them 11-6. But if Stefanski can get these dudes all the way right, they could probably, I wouldn't be surprised if they go 12-5, 13-4 for real. Because really, any team in this division, really,
I'll take it.
I like Pittsburgh. I got them capped like 11 games, but Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincinnati could all win 13.
Yes.
If a lot of things fall their way and breaks or what so. And, you know, the one thing Kevin has to prove to me, though, he has to get a game or two that he is not supposed to get.
To win, yes. We've not had that the last couple of years. We lost to the Jets last year, and a game we should have won and gave away.
Yes.
But we need to win a game like that where we shouldn't win, but we do end up winning. And you know what I like about the standings, too, what I just noticed, if you look at these teams, it looks like the floor and the ceiling is basically the floor is 8 to 9 wins. You know, none of these teams are going to have a bad season. I think the worst they're going to finish is like 8-9, 9-8. And then you look at the ceiling, we have them at like 12-13. So basically from 9 wins to 13 wins is the floor to the ceiling. And that's a competitive division right there.
Yes, sir.
Like you say, this might be the toughest in history. Like, honestly, like head to head.
Yeah.
Like man, I can't think
it's gonna be
any
battle
tougher.
royals.
Like we say, all the teams can make the playoffs, and all the teams are kind of interchangeable. Like all of them can make a run, and can be argued as the division winner. Every team.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Cleveland, you know, should be the winner. You know, just as a homer, but like say, my mind just picked the Ravens. Just going logic.
Yeah. Hey,
but I think that. I hope that Cleveland wins 17. How about that?
Yeah, right.
And also, like with Baltimore, one of my concerns with Baltimore was, can OBJ stay healthy during the season?
Well, he's not. He's kind of hurt. Is he playing today? I don't know. I heard some. You know, what I'm saying he's kind of banged up right now, so I don't know. We'll see if he.
And Baltimore doesn't have that pass rusher this year on the line, as in past years.
They drafted some guy. I don't quote me on, but they drafted a guy that's supposed to be pretty good. They drafted really well. Like when I was going through the notes.
And even though I got Cincinnati winning the division, their defense concerns me because they got 2 new safeties back there in the backfield.
That's why I couldn't give them the division lead, because like you say, they're replacing 2 starting safeties, you know, Super Bowl caliber safeties. Yeah. And with young guys, a lot of the replacements this year are young guys, so they have to prove themselves, as the Browns have to prove themselves to me.
And also with Baltimore is Humphrey is out. Then you lost Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
So that's a question mark for them in the secondary. So, you know, a lot remains to be seen. Now, I will say this, far as solid wise, the 2 teams that are really on solid footing is really Pittsburgh and the Browns. For real. If you really think about it. Because Pittsburgh does their normal 1-2 all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
Only thing with Pittsburgh is, like you said, Pickett is the 4th best quarterback in the division.
Well, another thing too, when we talked about the Burrow contract, I think we also, need to realize that, there's more contracts to be had in Cincinnati with like T. Higgins and things. So like with Jesse Bates leaving, the Bengals are going to have to get younger in different areas, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And, especially with the Browns offense coming into its own, and there's going to be teams that can start to exploit that. And it's going to be in the next 1 to 2 years. So if you're going to get the Bengals now, you might as well, hey, if you're going to beat them, fine, let's make it 42-41. Hey, we'll just outscore you with their young defense and with the new players that they have there. They're going to score points, the Bengals. We know that, but I think this is the time to get them, especially on the defensive side. And, hey, this will make for a fun game like in, 2007 when the Browns with Derek Anderson beat them 51-45. I remember that game with Carson Palmer. So when Jamal Lewis was running all over the place.
Yes.
That was fun.
Let me ask y'all a question. Did Derek Anderson complete a screen pass in that game? Cause I just remember all his throws.
Right.
We was gashing that whole game.
Yes, he was. I was just remember, I was like, dang, he was tearing their secondary up.
Man, that's when he gave us all that hope and then let us down. God,
yeah, he went to Cincinnati with a chance to make the playoffs and threw 4 interceptions. Now I know they had the wind gust of like 50 miles an hour. I don't know why we were just throwing the ball, but that was strange from the offense.
That was great coaching.
Romeo and Chazinski calling the plays. And on the top of that, that made it worse, you had Jamal Lewis in the backfield.
Right, he was having a
he ran for 1,500 yards that year.
What a waste.
Right. But anyway, real quick, before we get off, who are your playoff teams coming out the AFC North? Yeah.
Well, has to be the Browns because I got them winning the division. And I got the Bengals with the same record at 11-6. I will say one thing, because I have the Ravens at 10-7. They're going to be one of those borderline teams. I think they're going to be fighting with the Dolphins and teams like that, the Chargers, because I think Kansas City still wins that division. So I got obviously Bengals and Browns as playoff teams. I think the Ravens could be that third playoff team, but they'll be fighting for that 7th spot. So they could be 3, but I'm saying 2 for sure.
Sean?
Yeah. I have to agree with Ed. I'm thinking that we're going to get 3 in, but like you said, we got to worry about the Jets, the Miamis of the world. Like those teams are definitely going to get in, or be in competition to get in. So like 2 solid, but like I think we can get 3 in. Everybody but Pittsburgh.
Yep, I agree with that.
And that's no slight, everybody but Pittsburgh.
Because they're going to finish above 500, like we all said. So.
Because actually, Pittsburgh can finish in last in the division and go 10-7. Believe it or not.
Exactly.
They can go last in the division and they can go 10-7.
And then you're gonna have some team. You're gonna have some team that's barely 500 win the division, like NFC South or something.
Under 500, under 500 team.
Could be the AFC. Could be
AFC South. Because really, I mean,
true. That's a reality. Like they're pretty bad over there.
Well, they got a lot of rookie quarterbacks. You got C.J. Stroud in Houston. You got Anthony Richardson in Indianapolis. Obviously, you got Jacksonville. But even Jacksonville, I think they're a little bit overrated. A little bit. I know. I mean, they won the division last year at 9-8. So I don't know.
Thank you for saying that, Ed. Yeah. I'm sick of hearing people saying, "Oh, Jacksonville is the next team," and Lawrence and. I get it. Like he's nice, but as a team, or did I miss something?
They beat a lot of bad teams.
Good?
They beat bad teams.
And I put Jacksonville in the same category as I put the Chargers. It's
I even put the Chargers a little because Herbert is that dude. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's not knocking them. Like they're a good team, but I think they're a little overrated at this point.
Yes. Like I said, I got 2, possibly 3, because the AFC gonna be a real grinder, and I don't know if I got Baltimore 10-7, but I don't know if 10-7 is gonna cut it in the AFC. For real.
Yeah, we'll find out. That's why we love the NFL. We'll find out.
Facts. That's why they play the games any given Sunday.
That's right.
Every cliche. Let's go.
Yes, sir. But anyway, we about to get up off of here because it's 11 o'clock and all the pregame stuff going to be coming on and everything. But I might come on here later on as far as the postgame. If y'all want to come on with me, feel free to do so.
Hit me up.
Hit me
All
up.
right. About,
I'm gonna sit here and watch the game.
Be about 4:45, something like that. 4:45. We'll be back on.
Oh, okay.
We can have our thoughts. Everybody, don't be shy that's watching. Comment. Hit us up. Talk to us.
Yes. Boo
We're not gonna
Steelers,
bite.
boo Bengals, boo
Ravens.
boo Ravens.
Hey, like them gorilla pictures and them gorillas throw their middle fingers up to the Steelers, to the Ravens, and to the Bengals. And especially to you, Jamar Chase.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. That's why you can't sign all your guys next year. It's only gonna be 2 of y'all
Right.
next year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because you know they done got a loan from the bank like Art Modell did when he got Rising back in the day.
No, they say Burrow is getting the whole licensing money for the stadium.
Hey, Jamar. my message is for Jamar. You're gonna get beat by the Cleveland Elves today, brother.
Yes.
Yes.
The Brownie Elves.
The
Oh, I
elves
don't like
gonna
saying
lock
it like
you
that.
up
The
in they
elves.
tree.
Yeah,
Yes.
no Christmas presents either. Those elves ain't bringing no Christmas presents.
Hell no. And guess what I got in the background? Our background. The elf.
Yeah.
Nice.
The elf at midfield. But anyway,
It's been
this
fun,
Locked On
guys.
Sports
Appreciate you guys.
216. Have fun, everybody. Enjoy the game. And yo, to all the fans that are going to the game and watching, don't be civil. Make it uncomfortable for the Bengals.
Make
Take
some
it back
noise.
to the old Municipal Stadium days where teams used to be shook coming in there to face the dogs.
But don't throw any dog bones or batteries.
No.
Yeah,
Don't
please
throw
be-
none of that
right,
stuff
right.
in anything because you don't
Or,
want your tickets
or
revoked
bottles
or
or
get
anything
arrested.
that we're.
Yeah,
Right,
don't do
right.
that. Don't do that because we ain't paying nobody's bond. Well,
Yeah, definitely. I agree with
No,
you. All jokes aside, we have to bring we got to bring the noise. Like say, show the
we gotta
love,
make it
bring the
hostile to
energy.
the opponent.
because we
Come in
need
there.
this. Like Ed
No
said earlier, this is
GoFundMe's.
pivotal.
We're not no GoFundMe's. We're not people bailing people out.
Right, exactly. We're not doing that. We're not
I
doing
did it for
that.
you.
Also, if you out there tailgating, drink responsibly, be safe, be careful, be aware of your surroundings, and go to the game or watch the game. Do whatever the hell you're gonna do. Have a good time. Have your drinks, your smokes, whether it be a cigar, whether it be bud, whether it be whatever. I'm not a judge. Do you have fun and enjoy the game? And I'm guaranteeing this. What y'all got to score real quick before we get off?
Browns 33, Bengals 27.
I like that. I'm gonna roll with Ed on that. I didn't even think about the score. I like that. I'll take that. I agree with my man.
I got Browns 33, Bengals 30. The new kicker is going to pay off today.
All right.
I'm actually hoping it doesn't come down to that. Honestly,
I'm hoping it don't come down to that.
I don't want that.
No, my heart can't take it.
Yeah, I want no parts of that today, please.
But like I said, y'all, drink responsibly, be safe, and we'll see y'all around 4:45. This is Locked On Sports with Sean C.
216
and Ed from Columbus, and we signing out, and we'll see you later. Peace.
Go Browns.
Peace.